Oh.
Spider-Man.
Okay, right. AB plus AC plus CD. Right, so in the first one, I'm going to take out the common factor of A, so B plus C will be left. In the second column, I'm going to take out D as a common factor, so B plus C will be left. Right, then we take out that full bracket as a common factor, which means that A plus D is then left. Okay.
Wasn't the first one AX plus BX plus 2A plus 2B?
Exercise. Yeah, but remember, hold on. You guys first had column 2 for homework. And then I added column 1. Quiet. So I'm going to mix these two. I'm going to do A, which is from column 1, and then B, which is from column 2. Then I'm going to D, E. So column 1, column 2. Do you guys all get that? So just look at your numbering very carefully. Right. B. And now this is what you were asking. So AX plus BX plus 2A plus 2D. Right, in the first one, I'm taking out X as a common factor, so A plus B is left there. Then 2 is a common factor. Oops, I copied down incorrect. That must be a B, sorry. So then it's A plus B again, right? So common factor would be A plus B, which means that in my next bracket, I'm going to have X plus 2.
Yes.
You guys all good with that?
Yes.
Now, listen, if you're unsure or if you still get it wrong, please stop me immediately so I can go a bit slower and explain again as I go along. All right? And now I'm going to preach. Just give me two minutes and then I'll stop and we can go on with our day. I just want to say, because you guys are getting marks when? Monday, right? Okay. But in any case, next day you're back at school. You're going to get your marks. Now, some of you have been coming to extra class. Say again? Some of you have been coming to extra class, and I'm so grateful for that. Right? And there are people that are really reaping the fruits of that. So I've seen very nice increases. So big smile on my face because of that. Okay? So I just want to add that. Then, if you were one of those that came to class, or came to class and your marks did not increase, right? Or you have been doing really hard work towards the end of the term and then you're not seeing an increase in your marks, right? Because there are people that dropped slightly, which is normal for a term too, because it's like an exam term. Okay? So I just want to say that if your marks may be dropped, please don't be discouraged, because I'm so proud of you guys with how you've been reacting towards math this last part. Okay. It feels to me like beginning of the year, you guys have just been nodding your heads. Whether you understand or not, you just said yes. Right? And now I've actually been getting you guys to interact and to ask and actually answer questions as well. Was your hand up?
Most of us pass you.
There are, yeah, but remember there are kids that I'm really excited for, and then some of you I know worked really hard, but the marks aren't showing it because I think you guys only started with that work a little later on in the term. Okay, so please don't be discouraged if that is the case, because all the hard work that you put in, it might not show now with this report because you guys only started towards the end of the term, coming for those extra classes and doing extra work. But it's definitely going to show if you keep on doing it throughout this full term. Okay, so that's all I want to say. And that's why I'm saying, sorry, I know I'm preaching a lot. I'm going to answer your question just now. That's why I'm saying that it feels to me like we've gotten the ball rolling. No? We great things are going to come. No? But I don't want you guys to stop. And I want you to tell me immediately if you don't understand. Because you have seen so far this year that if you leave something, if you keep quiet and you don't tell me that you don't understand or you don't ask a question, that small little problem is going to grow, or it has grown. No. So the main thing with math is if you don't understand, sort it out immediately. Okay. Meaning, I don't know what's going on. Immediately you must go like that. Okay. And ask. Nothing is, or no question is unnecessary. Okay? En niemand gaan ooit vir jou lag in hierdie klas sê ek slaan daai een self met my face. Nee? So, rather ask than keep quiet. Yes. Sorry? Yes, I do. Maar ek wil net gou eers klaar merk en dan sal ek nou gou. We've got 2 periods. Yeah.
We're getting our test back like next week.
Nee, julle kan dit vandag ook sien. Okay, ek wil net gou klaar merk en dan in daai 5 minute wat ons kan eintlik klasse ruil, dan kan julle gou vinnig punte kyk, né? Nee? Okay, right. Let's go. So D. Sorry, nou se klaar gepreek. So 4px plus 8p plus 3qx plus 6q. Okay, now over here I want to take out 4p as a common factor. So then x plus 2 is left over there. In the last part, I'm going to take out 3q. So then it's going to be x plus 2 again. Now you can see that the common factor would be that bracket of x plus 2. So new bracket to show what would be left. In the first one, I'm going to have 4p plus 3q. Are you guys good with that? Right, can I skip? Where's the dingetjie se remote? Yeah. Yeah, you just switch your two, yeah, that's fine. Okay, can I skip? Yes. This is the sanitizer. Okay, can I go on? Hello. Jy kom maar in. Ek skuif nou my batterye is pap. So jy kan by jou tafel sit. Okay, give me that. Thank you. Bang I do it. There we go. Alright. Nee, ek my charger, hy begin. Ja, so hy begin. Wys hy wil doodgaan, toe moes ek nou skuif. Asseblief nie. Okay, at E. 15mx plus 5my plus 6nx plus 2ny. Okay, so at the first one, we're going to take out a common factor of 5m, which means I'm going to have 3x plus y. You guys good with that? Second one, I'm going to take out 2n, so again, 3x plus y. So now you can see that the two brackets are the same, so we take that out as a common factor. So 3x plus y, and then a new bracket to show what was left. So 5m plus 2n. Yeah. Yes. The second step. Okay. Do you know how I got to that one? Not. This one. That. Okay. So I grouped these two together. No? Now we've got to take out a common factor. So I first go look at what I can take out. And that can be a number or an unknown or combination of the two. So if you just look at the numbers 15 and 5, the biggest number that I could take out of both of those without having a remainder would be 5. Okay, so that's where I got this 5 from. Then your unknowns was mx and my. What's the same for both? M. Okay, you get why I'm taking out the 5m then as a common factor. Right, so if you look at this first term, 15mx. If I took out 5, meaning divide by 5, what would then be left? 3. No, because 5 times 3 is going to give me the 15 that I had over here. No. Okay, now that m I already took out over here. So what's then left? The x. Okay, if you want to go back and double check your work, multiply it back in. So 5m times 3x is going to give me the 15mx. No. Then the second term was positive 5my. So I'm taking out 5 as a common factor. So can you see there's no numbers left? It's a 1. Oops. It's a 1 in front of that y. No, because 5 times 1 is going to give me 5. Okay. Then the unknowns were my, and I took out m as a common factor. So what was left? The y. Okay. You get that? Do you want me to do the second part too? Okay, so now I group those two together. Now look at the numbers. I've got 6 and 2. So the biggest number that I could take out as a common factor would be 2. Then look at the unknowns. I've got nx and ny. So both of them has got an n. No. So that's why my common factor that I'm taking out is a positive 2n. Now, let's look at this first term. 6nx. If I take out 2n, do you guys still remember what I mean or how we did? I talk about take it out, but do you remember how we did it? We put it over the 2n, remember? Okay, right, so that means 6 divided by 2 is going to give me that 3. The n I already took out, so what's left? The x. So do you get how I got to that part? Okay, now in the second term, if I'm taking out 2n, what's left there? Just the y. Now I want you to see that these two brackets, those two, are the same. No. So it's the same for both. So instead of taking out just a number as an unknown, as a common factor, I can take out a full bracket as a common factor. Sorry. So then I'm showing that the 3x plus y I take out as a common factor. Now, in term 1, if I took out that bracket, what was left? 5m. In term 2, if I took out that bracket, what was left there? The positive 2n. Okay, are we good? Right. DE. Okay, so now G. Okay, that's now from column 1. So x squared minus 2xy plus xy minus 2y squared. Now, I'm going to group the first two together, and there I can take out a common factor of x. So x minus 2y. Then in the second part, I'm going to group these two together. Ooh, near. I'm going to group those two together. What can I take out as a common factor? Y. Okay, so if I do that, it's going to be x minus 2y. Okay, now you'll see the brackets are the same, so I take out the full bracket as a common factor. And what's left? X plus y. Are we good? Okay, H. 7x to the power 3 minus 21x plus 2x squared y minus 6y. Okay. If I group those first two together, these two, what's the same for both of them? 7x. Right. So 7x I take out as a common factor, which means that it would be x squared minus 3. Now, I group the last two together. What's the same for those? 2y. Okay, so plus 2y, which means that it would be x squared, I hope you see that square there, minus 3. Now you'll see that the two brackets look exactly the same. Remember, that's what we're working towards the whole time. No. So now I can take out that bracket of x squared minus 3. Sorry, ek skryf baie lelik nou. So what's left in the first term? 7x. And what's left in the second term? 2y. Okay, are we good? Sorry, kan jy sien? Ek het just said that jy kan. Okay, hands up, we're still copying? Right. Tell me when you're done. You guys done? Hands up, we're still copying? Okay. Right, so over here, first two, what can I take out? P, which means it would be p squared minus 2q squared. Right, then in the second part, those last two terms, I could take out 4q. So I'm going to have p squared minus 2q squared. Are you guys getting the exponents, where it's a square and where it's just a normal number? You fine with that? Must I explain? You good? Right, so you can see my two brackets look exactly the same. So let's take that out as a common factor, which means that my next bracket will be p plus 4q. What's wrong? Huh? Oh, who's they? Right. Right. Let's look at the next one. M squared n minus 12n squared. Okay, in the first two, I can take out 2m as a common factor, so I'd be left with m squared minus 2n. Yes. Yes. Didn't you maybe copy wrong? Two m to the power 3 minus 4mn plus 6m squared n minus 12n squared. What's wrong? What's wrong? This is out the textbook. Okay, then the last two, I'm going to take out positive 6n. So I'm going to have m squared minus 2n. Alright, so we take out that full bracket as a common factor. So m squared minus 2n. What's left? 2m plus 6n. Now, I hope you guys realized that. Look at that second bracket. Can I take out a common factor there? Yes. Have a look at this one. What can I take out? 2. Okay, now remember in the previous class, we said I'm not going to write the 2 at the back or here in the middle. We write it right in the front. So if I take out 2 as a common factor, remember that first bracket stays exactly like it was. But over here, if I take out 2, it's going to become m plus 3n. Yes. Say again. You want to stop over here? It's not factorized fully. Okay. You had a question as well? Yes, you have to. Yeah. Okay, anything else? Right. Let's look at the next one. M, we had to minus a plus 4. Okay, so the first two, I could take out a common factor of x. So it's going to be a minus 4. Now, look at the second part. Remember, the whole point is to get two brackets that look exactly the same. But if you look at that little, what I circled with blue, there's no common factor, right? But I can take out, if nothing is the same, and I also want to change a sign. Can you see over here, I've got minus 4, and what do we have there? Plus 4. So how can I change that? I take out a minus 1 as a common factor. So minus 1, which means that this minus a will become a positive a. The plus 4 will become a minus 4. Yes. Yes. So, yeah, same. Good. Okay, can you now see that my two brackets look exactly the same? Right, so I can take it out as a common factor. So a minus, a minus 4, which means I'm left with, x minus 1. Right, are we good? Okay. Can I skip? Okay. Examples of? Yeah, we can do more. Can you just finish marking first? Right, can I skip? Hands up, we're still copying? Okay, great. Over here, at the next question, we've got the same thing. Have a look. In the first two, I can take out x as a common factor. So I'm left with a plus b. Then, over there, can you see I've got minus a, minus b. So the signs aren't what I want it to be. No, but I can change that. I can take out a minus 1 as a common factor, which means that this negative a becomes a positive a. And that negative b becomes a positive b. Okay. And now my two brackets look exactly the same, so I can take it out as a common factor. What is left after I took out that as a common factor? At the first term, I had x left, and at the second term, minus 1. Sarah? Julle reg? Okay, let's look at P. AX, minus 2BX. Come on. Minus 4A plus 8B. All right. So in the first two, I can take out x as a common factor. So I'm left with A minus 2B. In the second one, I'm going to take out 2. So I'm left with, no, I'm lying, sorry, 4. Sorry. Yes. So then it's A plus 2, minus A minus 2B. Ag, my pen bly nou hak. Right, now my two brackets look exactly the same. So A minus 2B I take out as a common factor. So x minus 4 will be my next bracket. Yes. Okay, have a look. We had minus 4A plus 8B. Now, you'll see that I took out a minus 4. So if I take out minus 4 from that, I will have a positive a. Remember, when we take out a minus, it means our signs are going to change. Né? Because, and also, if you go multiply it in, minus 4 times a will give me minus 4a. Né? Then the positive 8b. Because I'm taking out a minus 4, that will become a minus. And then the 2b. You fine with that? Okay. And if I would go and multiply it back in, the minus 4 times minus 2b will give me a positive 8b. Okay, so if you're still unsure, go back and check with those by multiplying in. Okay, let's look at Q. 2ax plus 3bx minus 8a minus 12b. Right, in the first two, I can take out x. Yeah, so 2a plus 3b. Okay, in those last two, I can take out minus 4, which means that over here I'm going to have a positive, because I'm taking out a negative. Joshua, put your phone down and focus here. Because I'm taking out a negative, it's going to become a positive 2a. And because I'm taking out a negative, that negative is going to become a positive 3b. You fine? Okay.
Wasn't the previous one the same, but did it turn into a negative?
No, the sign changes.
Oh,
That was a positive, so that's why the sign changed to a negative. This was a negative, so the sign changed.
they got negative and negative.
Yes. Basically, if you take out a negative, sign will change. Okay. Right, so now I can take out 2a plus 3b as a common factor. So my last bracket would be x minus 4. Are we good there? Right. Hands up who's still copying. Okay, tell me when you're done. Are you done? Yeah? Okay, let me just go back to that quickly. How did I get the negative 4? There by this negative 4, that one. Okay. I looked at the numbers. Remember, I've got to take a common factor out of those. Iman. Sorry. Out of those two. What? Okay. Are you sure? Okay. Right. Anyone else still copying? Can I skip then? Okay. Right. Let's look at that S. So at the first two, I'm going to group the first two terms together. What can we take out as a common factor? 3m, which means I'm left with x minus 3y. Okay, now those last two, I'm going to take out minus 2, right? Minus 2n. Okay, so I'm going to be left with, have a look. It was a minus, but I'm taking out the negative, so this becomes positive x. It was positive 6ny, now becomes minus 3y. You guys get that? No? You fine? Okay, now I'm taking out that full bracket as a common factor, so x minus 3y. Okay, what's left in the first term if I take that bracket out? 3m, and in the second term, minus 2m. Okay, right, let's look at t. In the first two, I can take out 5x, so I'm left with 2a minus 3b. And the last two, I'm going to take out minus 2y, which means that I'm going to have a positive 2a and a negative 3b. Okay, so my brackets are the same, so I can take that out as a common factor, which means I'm left with 5x minus 2y. Okay, any questions? Okay, hands up, who's still copying? Okay, tell me when you're done. All right, let's look at V. At V, we're going to group those first two together and take out x as a common factor. So I'm left with x squared. Yeah? Oh, sorry, no. Okay, quickly finish. Okay. Okay, so in the first one, I'm going to have x squared minus 3. Then, over here, there's no common factor, but you can see that my signs are different. So I'm going to take out minus 1 as a common factor, which means that the negative x to the power of 2 is going to become positive x to the power of 2. Ja, dis lelik. And the positive 3 will become a negative 3. You really do get it now, no? Okay, right. So I can take out that full bracket as a common factor. So x squared minus 3. What's left then? X minus 1. You good? Right. Then the next one. W. So I take out x as a common factor. So x squared minus 5. Then I'm going to take out minus 2, which means that this will become a positive x squared and that will become a minus 5. Now my two brackets look exactly the same. So I take it out as a common factor. What's left? X minus 2. All right. That's it. Yeah, we couldn't go any further than that. Right, people, now we've finished with that. Now I want to go to the third method of factorizing. Remember in that one class I made you guys write a little list? I said leave open 6 lines. No? Okay, right. So first things first, you're still copying. So you can go back to your list. Or if you want, you can rewrite that list now on the next page where you're in any case going to do your notes. Yeah. Remember, we've got 2 periods, right? When, where? No, but I'm going to start with example 1 again now. Tell me when you're done. Can I now assume that you guys are okay with your grouping? Yes. Okay, I'm quickly going to do one more. It was like these, no? Where you've got to change the sign. Am I right? Okay. I'm just going to quickly do one more example. Oh, sorry. Are you still copying? Okay. Anyone else still copying? Okay. You don't have to write down this example if you don't want to. I just want one more to quickly explain to him. So I'm going to do example 5. Right. Let's use ax minus bx minus 3a plus 3b. Okay, so first things first, I am going to group these two. Yeah, I'm going to group these two together, no? And then I'm going to group those two together. So in the first two, what could I take out as a common factor? X. Okay. Then I would have a minus b. Okay. Then in the second part, you can see that I'm going to take out 3, no? But am I going to take out positive 3 or negative 3? Okay. How do I decide whether it's going to be positive or negative? Have a look. Can you see that inside my bracket, I've got a minus b? No. And the whole point is to get these two brackets the same. What do I have here? I've got a positive b, which means that I'm going to have to change that sign. So that is how I know I'm going to take out minus 3, which means that this will become a positive a and that will become a minus b. Did you have that? You made it a positive 3, no? Yeah. So you're still making the same mistake. Then you could first go and subtract them because they like terms. Okay. There was another hand up. Do you understand why? Yes, yeah. Okay, right. So now those two brackets look exactly the same. So I can take it out as a common factor. So a minus b. Now we start a new bracket to show once I take that out, what's left. So in the first term, if I take the bracket out, what's left there? X. Okay. Then in the second term, if I take that bracket out, what's left? Minus 3. Good. Do you need one more? Okay. We've got time. To what? T. Yeah? Yeah? This one. Okay. That was a positive 3b. No. But because I'm taking out minus 3, because I'm taking out a negative, it means that all my signs are going to change. So now that's not going to be a minus a, this is going to be a positive a. And that's not going to be a positive b, it's going to be a negative b. Okay. Right. I'm quickly going to stop the recording.